So homework from Friday was number 1, number 1, number 3, and number 5. The assignment had 2 number 1s because of a typo. So we're going to go through the 4 examples from the homework, and then you guys are going to complete the rest of these homework problems that we didn't work on Friday, considering this is a 2-day lesson. So let's look at the first number 1. A toy company is redesigning its packaging for model cars. The graphic design team needs to take the old image shown below and resize it so that a half an inch on the old package represents a third of an inch on the new package. Find the length of the image of the new package. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. They're taking the old image shown below and they're resizing it so that a half an inch on the old package is a third of an inch on the new package. So the strategy for this is going to be to set up a table. So what I write, you guys are going to write, and if you need extra paper, that's okay. So we have an old package, and we have a new package. If we look at this car, they have told us in the story problem that this is the old package. The old image shown below. And they're going to resize it so that a half an inch on the old package is a third of an inch on the new. So that's our scale. Half an inch on the old package is going to become a third of an inch on the new package. So let's take a look at that image. And it says car image length on old packaging measures 2 inches. So the old package is 2 inches. And we want to know how much packaging will be used on the new package. So here's our missing number. It's going to be in inches. And now we have a couple of ways to look at this. When we're looking at these ratios, we can compare old to new. And we can ask ourselves, what do you multiply or divide 1/2 by to get 1/3? And it would be pretty tricky. So you can look vertically like that. If that looks like it's going to be challenging, then you can look horizontally. And you can ask yourself, what do you multiply 1/2 by to get 2? That's 1/2. How many of those would I need to have 2 whole? Well, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 halves. So to go from 1/2 to 2, you're multiplying by 4. So if you do that to the top row, you also have to do it to the bottom. Or if you look at it in forms of a proportion, where you have 1/2 over 1/3 equals 2 over blank. You know, what do you do to the numerator to get the new numerator? And you have to do that same thing to the denominator. So it's the same process. You can just look at it in a proportion, like we are right here. Or you can leave it in table form. But the bottom line is we have to multiply 1/3 times 4 to get this missing value, which will be the length of the new packaging. So off to the side, let's do our math. 1/3 times 4. We'll write 4 as 4 over 1. And then go ahead and multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. We get 4/3, which simplifies to a mixed number of 1 1/3 inches. So that new packaging is going to be 1 1/3 inches. The second number 1 from the homework, the city of St. Louis is creating a welcome sign on a billboard for visitors to see as they enter the city. The following picture needs to be enlarged so that 1/2 inch represents 7 feet on the actual billboard. So here is our scale. They'll always give you a scale. And so that we know 1/2 inch is supposed to represent 7 feet on the actual billboard. Will it fit on a billboard that measures 14 feet in height? So we have a picture of the St. Louis Arch, and we've been given our scale. So we're going to write down our scale. We know that 1/2 inch on the picture represents 7 feet on the actual arch billboard. So see how we've created a ratio there. 1 inch is 7 feet. And they're asking us, will this picture here fit on a billboard that measures 14 feet? So we're going to have a 14-foot billboard. We actually have to measure this picture in order to do that. So you technically needed a ruler in order to do this, and my screen is zoomed a little different, so it may not have worked out perfectly, but I'm measuring this as 1 inch. So the drawing has a height of 1 inch. So our scale was 1/2 inch is 7 feet. The drawing is 1 inch in height. So we're going to ask ourselves, how do you get from 1/2 to 1? You multiply it by 2. Would that give you the same result here? Do you multiply by 2 to get 14? The answer is yes. So would this scale drawing fit on a 14-foot billboard? Yes. Because every 1/2 inch represents 7 feet. So if this is 1 full inch in height, that would be 14 feet in real life. Number 3 and number 5 were the last 2 from the homework. A model of a skyscraper is made so that 1 inch represents 75 feet. So that's our scale. One inch is 75 feet. What is the height of the actual building if the height of the model is 18 3/5 inches? So let's write this into a table first. I'm going to click over to another slide. We know that 1 inch is 75 feet. The 1 inch is on the model. And the 75 feet is the actual building. And they're asking us, if this is your scale, then how tall would a model that is 18 3/5 inches be? So again, if 1 inch is 75 feet, how many feet would an 18 3/5 inch model be? So we ask ourselves, what do you do to get from 1 inch to 75 feet? You multiply by 75. So we do the same thing in this column of the table. And so to get our answer, to get our missing actual height, we're going to do 18 3/5 times 75. And this is what we've been doing in our warm-ups for quite a while now. We're going to create a mixed number, we're going to create an improper fraction. So 18 times 5 plus 3. That'll be 93 over 5 times 75 over 1. You do want to use cross simplifying here. 5 and 75 have a common factor of 5. So if we divide 5 by 5, we get 1. Divide 75 by 5, we get 15. And now, as you can see, across the top we're multiplying 93 times 15, and across the bottom it's 1 times 1. So whatever we get here is going to be our answer, 93 times 15. Let's use the calculator. When I use the calculator, I get 1,395. So that would go here. 1,395 feet would be the height of the actual building if the model was 18 3/5 inches. So just every inch on the model represents 75 feet in real life. So we would have a 1,395 foot building. So that was leading you through 3 of the problems. We had number 5 assigned also. With some of the classes though, we got to number 5 in class. So if we did in your class, we don't have to go over that one. If we did not, we're going to go over it as a group together. And then you guys are actually going to finish the rest of these problems as your homework for tonight, because 1-18 was a 2-day lesson. So go ahead and stop the video, and if we didn't already, we're going to look at number 5 in class.